Hello and welcome to Movie Reviews 101, and today we are going to review Tenet. Tenet is directed by Christopher Nolan and stars John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki and Kenneth Branagh. And the movie here, in a very simple nutshell, follows a man recruited to a secret organisation that needs to fight the end of the world, and every step he learns something bigger, it becomes more meaningful to the grander scheme of life, and there's time travel and stuff. We can't really go into ultimate details without any full spoilers, but you know what we do here. We do the 3 ups and 3 downs. First, we have the 3 ups. And number 1 on the ups has to be the action sequences. We know Christopher Nolan will make live action stuntman action sequences, and boy does he not hold back this time. There is the chase scene that we have seen in many of the trailers, which again is a very, very good scene, probably my favourite scene of the whole movie. There is a moment at the airport. We also have plenty of fights, and they all work very well for the movie and break up a lot more of the scientific side of the movie. Number 2 on the ups is the performances. John David Washington does a great job in the leading role. Clearly somebody stepping into a world he's unaware of, and we see how confident he is in his abilities to infiltrate this idea, along with Pattinson, who brings a bit of sidekick comic relief at times, and Kenneth Branagh as the villainous Russian or Ukrainian Russian arms dealer. And again, across the board, everyone is good. And then the final one is, it is a movie where you have to pay attention to everything, because everything will mean something, and by the end of the movie it feels like everything has been added up well. It is part of the good and the bad of the movie, really, but for me it feels like a lot of the weaknesses in time travel movies is scenes just happen, but this one plays into the fact that everything will happen for a reason. Now we're on to the 3 downs, and the first one has got to be the over discussion of the scientific side of what is happening. This is a very smart movie who wants to always look down on the audience when it gets into the nitty-gritty of the reality that we are entering in, and a lot of it will go straight over everyone's head. There's no two ways about that. It isn't as strong as many other movies that have tackled time travel. Mostly, like you see how Back to the Future did it, it was easy to understand, and many others have also gone this way. This one went full-blown complicated and not going to be for everyone, including myself. The second one is, there is a giant hint about the effects of something happening in this movie. Now, I can't go into the true details of what this moment will be, but let's just say they say it will be very painful, and when it happens it's like, oh, that's it, is it? This could have been a moment that really upped the level of graphicness of this movie. We know it is something Nolan tends to shy away from, but it would have been a very shock-filled moment if we had seen this happen in a more dramatic way, shall we say. And the final one is, I'm not usually one to complain too much about this, but I felt the music wasn't very good for a Christopher Nolan movie. And for me to say that, that's quite strange. The main reason that put me off this is just with the opening sequence. The music didn't seem to suit the actual sequence that we were watching. It was very loud when it didn't feel like it needed to be loud. It isn't just noisy loud, as in it's boom, boom, like trying to do a Hans Zimmer type of musical moment that just doesn't really click. And I'm not the best at knowing music, so I could be completely wrong here. But that was the downs. So overall, I gave Tenet a 3 out of 5, which is my lowest score for a Christopher Nolan movie. That is how I don't want to say completely let down, but I felt disappointed with this movie. I felt like I was going into a much more normal time travel movie, and then one that wanted to just give us everything, but instead held back what it was selling rather than giving us everything it wanted to. Let me know what you think of Tenet in the comments below. You can follow me on Twitter and Letterboxd, and you can head over to the website to read the full review on Tenet at another time. But until next time, I will say thank you and goodbye.